Hi. In this first passage, Ciara, the narrator, is 13 years old. A Garda arrived earlier with the news that her parents were killed in a hit-and-run accident. When Mum and Dad woke up that morning and packed their bags to return home after my cousin's wedding, little did they know that they wouldn't be sleeping in their bed that night. No, instead they'd be zipped up inside body bags in refrigerated containers in a hospital mortuary. I'd seen those metal containers in movies. Then another thought struck me. Today was my parents' last day of life, their last day breathing and walking around the planet. I looked out towards Black Rock. I could see the silhouette of the diving tower in the distance. There was a blazing sunset of gold, pink and bluey grey. Mum loved sunsets. How many summer evenings had we spent on those deep stone steps at Black Rock and looked out past the raft in the water and the diving boards and watched the sun set over Galway Bay. Mum used to say, a sunset is the sun's fiery kiss to the night. That awful realisation just hit me as I leaned forward, staring across the bay, savouring each second of that fading sunlight before darkness crept in. I knew I'd never ever be able to return to the last day of Mum and Dad's lives. Each day for the rest of my life would be a day when I'd wake up in a world where Kathy and Tom McKnight were dead. Now, in this second extract, it's 4 years later. The hit-and-run driver is being released from prison and Ciara is there watching. I got a good look at him now as he did his walk to freedom. His parents and girlfriend were standing there, just a few feet away, and rushed over as soon as they spotted him. Shauna threw her arms around his neck and hugged him tightly. He lifted her up and swung her round like a doll. Oh my God, the way she dashed over to him on those stilettos. I thought she'd topple over any second. Anne Walsh gave her criminal son a long, loving hug. He looked a bit pissed off and bored by the long hug. I could see his head swaying restlessly over her shoulder as she clung to him, as if to say, yeah, whatever, like, can you let go now, Mum? Don't be making a show of me in front of the girlfriend. Then his dad stepped forward and leaned in and gave his waster son a bear hug. I could see the father then patting Ryan on the back a few times in a kind of bravo gesture. He looked into his son's face as if to say, well now, aren't you great? Ryan was nodding, kind of proudly, like he just won a race or something. Jesus Christ, they looked like they were welcoming their son home at Dublin Airport. They should be burying their heads in shame. They'd raised a screw-up who got into a car high and drunk and ploughed into two people and then fecked off. I know he was their son and everything, and they were glad to see him out of prison. But what the hell was the dad patting him on the back for? The four of them got into a silver Volvo and off they drove. As I watched the car disappear down the road, I suddenly felt a sense of anticlimax. I had anticipated this day for so long. I had to be there for the moment Ryan Walsh walked out and breathed free air again, stepped back into normal life. I had to see it for myself to know it was real. He was out. My move. A pilgrimage to see the devil. That's what it felt like. A few seconds of seeing that scumbag emerge from Phoenix Rise House into the arms of loyal, long-suffering Egypt Shauna and his loving mammy and daddy. Did his sisters have a big banner up at home saying, "Welcome home, Ryan"? I wouldn't put it past them. As I sat there on the Galway train, gazing out at the countryside, all I could think was, now I was returning to a town that had Ryan Walsh back living in it. Galway would be well and truly polluted. Ryan Walsh, free to walk the streets. Yeah, right, we'll see about that.